Hello, once again, boys and girls. Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Fight Night. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have our co-host with us, Stacks. We will have Josie joining us in just one moment. How is everyone doing tonight? How you doing?
Will. It's another Tuesday, Will. Another
Oh,
fight night, if you will. Will.
oh yeah, just another Tuesday.
Another Tuesday.
Another Tuesday.
Another Tuesday.
All right, but it's not another Tuesday in the world of AEW because we had a very impressive display as we get Josie back on here. Going to bring Josie on real quick.
She popping in.
Yeah. Josie's ready to go. Josie's ready to go.
Hey, I got to take the dog out really fast. I'm sorry, I was finishing AEW.
Do you think?
Boss.
Do you think? We got you.
CEO, bitches!
Well,
right.
I think Josie summed it up. If in case anybody missed it.
I think Josie did.
Yeah.
Josie did something. I thought you were walking the dog, Josie.
Yeah.
I thought you were walking the dog.
Someone wants to say hi to you, Uncle Will.
Hey. How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
You doing good? You keeping him in line?
I had dance class.
Oh, yeah, she had her first dance class today.
And I also had my dentist appointment.
Oh, you saw the dentist too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Wow. Big day.
Cool. All right. You had an event for day then.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Bye, sweetie.
Sounds good. See ya.
All right. But hey, look,
But yes,
the CEO. It took a minute. We all anticipated it, and it finally happened tonight.
It did indeed, definitely with a bang. Will, I don't know. I know we'll get into it in just a minute, but I did see Bailey was in the house tonight, upper deck watching her girls. So that's cool. Those two go back. But I think she made a splashing statement. I think she kind of quieted the noise a little bit from some of the back and forth on X about how, well, it's a temporary stop, but I think she made it known that she's supposed to be here and she wants to make the most of it while she is here, and so AEW was on fire for her this evening.
Yes, they were. That was a thunderous ovation for her. In her hometown.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, in her hometown too. So
in the hometown, of course, and not only that, Will, but I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe we just get used to it at this point. It's kind of just going on deaf eyes at this point, or blind eyes at this point, as you should say. But I don't know if I love the hair. It's reminding me of Trinity a little bit. Or I
don't feel the hair at all.
Yeah, I don't feel the hair at all. She was doing that towards the end, the latter part of the WWE run, and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
So so definitely not eye pleasing, but I guess if that's what you want to do when you're making that kind of money, Will, go for it, right? I suppose.
When you're making that kind of money.
Okay.
That was kind of interesting that she came out there without a piece of hardware around her waist due to her injury.
1,000%. I think yep.
That's always been my concern with her. It's just the injury factor.
Availability has always been her biggest thing.
Yeah,
100%. And I'll be interested to see how how long she can stay healthy. It's a little bit of CM Punkish vibes with her, and so we'll be interested to see will they use kid gloves like they did with Saraya. I don't think they can afford to do that in this with this move, with the type of money they got on the line. They really got to push this, but it'll be interesting to see if she can stay healthy long enough to really make her impact known, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do we think of the CEO? Do we think that's kind of we think that's a little cheap, Will? I mean, I know we can't use the boss because the WWE's got rights, but boy, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll grow on you, but I was just like, okay, this is where we're going. Okay, I guess I'm not surprised, but
it might work.
I don't know if I'm necessarily in love with the idea, but
Yeah. What you supposed to, but there's really nothing you can do. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say, well, and that's just it. Well, it's like, what else can you do? Because, yeah, I don't know. AEW's creative team maybe needs to have a chat and see what they can do. But I think it'll stick. We'll see if it lands. But
yeah, for sure.
well,
For sure.
yeah.
For
Well, and
sure.
I think it took the crowd just a little bit to kind of get into it too, a little bit, because they were just
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, all right, and then they kind of wound up and started chanting it, but it definitely took a little bit too. So
After her, what? How long did it take her to get to the ring? How long did it take her to get to the ring? About 8 minutes.
oh, at least, yeah, at least. Well, this was a Cody Rhodes type entrance, or Roman
Yep.
Reigns, I should say. Yeah, more of a Roman Reigns entrance.
Yep.
From that standpoint, just with the, but you know they wanted to make the most of it, and I think they did. But boy, yeah, I think they're gonna go all out with this one. You know, they brought her in, and they got to make it, and they got to make it last. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They do.
it
They do.
will definitely be interesting. I'll be, yeah.
It looks like Samoa Joe beat Wardlow.
Yeah. I was kind of unimpressed by this match, Will. It'll be interesting to get Josie's thoughts when she pops back in. But I think it made Wardlow look really weak. And Josie said it in the chat, but this is consecutive weeks now that we're getting the same type of match from Samoa Joe over and over and over again. I mean, I get it from a sense, they brought Swerve out at the end. Obviously they're trying to build off the previous pay-per-view there, and kind of build that story up. But boy, I don't know if I care about Wardlow at this point anymore. I mean, are we gonna get another three-way? That's another triple threat match. I mean, is that where we're going? I mean, because how do you just throw Wardlow in here for a one-off, and then where obviously Strickland still needs his spot. I don't know. This is really going to be interesting, but again, they don't do a very good job of building Wardlow, and I don't think they did him any favors tonight.
And the thing about it, he started with so much potential.
Yeah, he did. And
you know what I'm saying? He started with so much potential,
so
and to
much
put
potential.
him in this spot.
Yep. After doing all the squash matches for consecutive weeks,
right,
and then have him come out there and just black out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And now it looks to be that Samoa Joe's going to focus on Swerve now. That's supposed to be his quote unquote big thing for him.
So then, what was the point? I mean, so that was just a match then at the previous pay-per-view. That was just a match for him it was just to fill the card at this rate, because it's like, what was the point?
Totally agree.
What are you talking about? The Revolution match? No, that Revolution match was sick, and I disagree. I agree. I'm tired of is Samoa Joe has won every match just like that.
The same way.
Like that, and I'm tired of that fucking move. I'm tired of it. Joe can have a great match, and then it ends that way, and I feel gypped.
Yep.
And Will, exactly what I said didn't need to happen to Wardlow happened to Wardlow tonight.
It happened.
Yeah.
He got killed again.
Yep. I don't give a fuck anymore about Wardlow. I don't care.
And it's AEW's fault.
Yeah, it's AEW's fault. It's
AEW's their fault.
And
what's next for Wardlow? What?
There's something there. There's a storyline there. You can see that they're building between him and Adam Cole at some point when Adam's healthy. I thought
that's
maybe
a problem too.
I thought maybe Wardlow may win this match. I honestly did not think Samoa Joe was going to be champion as long as he has been.
Yeah, same.
I thought he was going to be much more of a transitional champion. Don't get me wrong. His run's been pretty good. I've been okay with it. But again, every one of his goddamn matches ends the same way. And it's just anticlimactic. He gets it in. they pass out, and it's not even
Yep.
like WWE where they do the 3-arm drop.
3-arm drop. No.
Yep.
And I thought they were going there tonight, and they didn't. I was really surprised how quick it.
No, AEW doesn't do that.
was.
AEW
Yeah.
never does that. Never. No. It's always if the opponent's not moving, it's done.
It's out. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a wrap. I don't know. It made Wardlow weak, in my opinion, man. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
But honestly, weakest match on the card.
Oh, 100%.
By far.
Yeah.
That was 100%. One of the best Dynamites I have seen that I wasn't live at in a very long time.
Yep.
We didn't get
I do want to talk about, y'all went into that. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. Monet is all elite, baby.
We're going to talk about that. I was about to get your opinion on it, sir.
I love it. I love her.
The thing I didn't like, and I get it, you got to have a build to it. I understand that part, but I didn't like the fact she took an Undertaker time getting to the damn ring.
Yep.
It took like 8 minutes just for her to come out and start getting to the damn ring.
But again, debuts. Punk did the same thing. Debuts in AEW, their first one. It's always like that. It's a show. Yep. Especially, remember, she's only the second person where they built a whole thing off of her arrival. They're gonna give her that time. They're going to get her that time. Yep. What I will say, I've never been a fan of Banks as a face. Never. She plays such a better heel. And honestly, the promo that she was giving before the show, I thought she was going to cost Willow that match and turn heel at the end of the show.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. She just, to me, she never was a good face.
Definitely seemed a bit forced for sure.
Yeah. And I can't think of one person that AEW has debuted as a heel. Brody Lee. Brody Lee is the last one I can think of. What's up, babe?
Okada now.
I love you. Well, that's true. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Okada.
But
yeah,
I just it's good to see her.
She looked fantastic.
Oh, minus the hair.
I love the hair. I love the hair. I love the hair.
I can't stand it.
I can take a pass. Trinity 2.0.
I can take a pass on the hair.
Trinity. You got Dollar General up in there, man.
I love the hair. Love the hair.
Dollar General.
She looked great. I thought it was funny. She changed outfits from the beginning to the end. She changed gear. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was.
She looks amazing for a girl of her size. I've always said that.
She looks so good tonight. Yeah. So good. I'm excited. I think the AEW women's division, anybody who says that the AEW women's division isn't one of the top divisions in wrestling right now is a fucking liar and an idiot.
Either that or you're just not watching.
It is literally right behind Impact, and with what's going on with Impact right now, could easily be number one
spot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
easily take number one spot. Yep.
And you got to remember who's still out there in the AEW. Baker's going to be making her return soon. Like, Baker is coming back soon. It's got to be. She's been gone for too damn long. Hayter has got that ACL has got to be healed. Yeah. So you got Baker and Hayter both sitting out there still waiting to come back.
And you got Tony Storm just continuing to kill it week after week.
Tony Storm to kill it. I'm still loving me some Willow Nightingale, man. I still love me some Willow. She had a great match with Riho tonight.
Those are like thick.
I love me some thick women. It's not just that. I think she's got great personality. I love her in the ring. I love just, and it's not like the men's side. You don't see a lot of bigger women that are portrayed correctly, not like Nia Jax, that are portrayed correctly. Be successful in women's wrestling.
100%.
Yeah.
And so I love women.
Well, that's because old WWE, they got a type.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
They got a type.
For sure. If they didn't, Piper Niven would be women's champion right now.
Yep.
Preach, Josie.
Yep.
Preach.
Moving past that, we had a couple other good matches on the card.
Yeah.
Jericho Hook, or you had Lion Hook versus the Gates of Agony. I gotta say, this match surprised me. It surprised me. It was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, when it first started, I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go." But yeah, no, they turned that around. That
Gates
one
of
was
Agony is a great tag team. They're amazing.
They are nice. It was nice to see them get more shine, especially on
No,
Dynamite.
they've been involved in this storyline. They've been on Dynamite the last 3 weeks.
Last 3 weeks, right? Yeah, last 3
Like,
weeks.
Mogul Embassy is getting some of their best TV time that they've had in months.
Yep. Yep.
And so I love that. I'm also excited to see Jericho Hook. I love me some Hook. I love Hook. I think Hook is.
They're building that well. And I think the play off the test thing. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a banger.
And I don't know about y'all, but I enjoy the fuck out of Hook. I think he's talented in the ring. He's got a serious amount of charisma, and no, he's not much of a talker, but I love the fact that he leans into the fact that he's not a talker. There's not, Will, and you can talk about this too, there's not many guys who can get over and not be a talker by just like one word. There's been a handful. The one that comes to mind first is damn.
Yep. Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons is one of the only guys and Ron was good on the mic. Ron could cut a promo like no other. But for the fact that Hook barely ever speaks, but when he does speak, you listen. And I love how they built him. I do still believe he's small. I understand, yes, he's small to be a believable world champion one day, but I enjoy Hook. Do you want your taco?
Light heavyweight, cruiserweight champ, maybe somewhere.
That's you're not wrong there.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
Hey, I'll be right back. I got to get her a taco.
Go ahead. I mean, he's teeny tiny.
He is super tiny. No, he is. That is a thin boy.
He's smaller than Austin Aries.
It's yes. Yeah, no, that's a good point. He is smaller than Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you think about it that way. I mean, you snap that boy. He's a twig.
One good backbreaker. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's like when he faced Samoa Joe. I thought, oh shit, like there's no way you can play that off as believable. But I mean, obviously they do it well. I mean, they're professionals, but still, it was just like holy shit.
Yeah.
Super tiny guy.
Yeah.
Super tiny guy. It'll be interesting to get Josie's point of view here. That Darby Allin versus Jay White was probably one of the better matches of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Darby Allin Josie, Darby Allin versus Switchblade was definitely up there for me.
It was a match of the night, but was there any doubt that it wasn't going to be match of the night? I mean, that is literally two of your top males on the roster right now.
On the roster right now.
And I got to say, I'm so glad. I think I'm so glad that we're about to see
Bang Bang Scissor Game.
Well, I enjoyed the Bang Bang Scissor Game. I'm not going to shit on that, but I am excited to see Jay White back in a singles scene.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I think guys, there is a big roster. Like everybody can't be number one. The way the AEW works has shown how they work is almost like seasons. One guy's going to be top for a few months or a year or so, then they're going to move on to the next guy, and then and then give that other guy time off. So that guy who's not the top, that will be the top guy, but not right now, still needs to be on TV, building that stuff, building that momentum.
Right.
So that was the great place to put him, because the Acclaimed are super charismatic. There was already that stuff there. It made sense for what they needed to keep Jay relevant until it was his time.
Fair.
Like, that's one of my frustrations is, yes, AEW has a stacked roster, and I'm not going to say they don't have their issues. They do.
They do.
But so does WWE, so does TNA. I won't even mention NWA because they're absolute garbage anymore.
Trash.
But everyone has issues, and the IWC has really irked me this week. Like, it has really pissed me off. Like, the level of toxicity in the IWC this week has been at a new level.
Yeah.
It just seems to me that AEW, and to the same extent, WWE, not so much as Impact, but both of those rosters are very top heavy.
They are.
They're very top heavy.
Yes,
There's
both
no
rosters
one
have.
there. There's no one really there who you can look at and really build. I mean, Trick Williams in
I love Trick.
WWE?
I love Trick.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you have NXT, which is developmental, but
Yeah.
just how many of those folks can you move up right now?
I don't know.
I can't think of nobody
Not many.
other than Tripp, maybe.
Not many.
Yeah.
Carmelo. Mello.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, Melo for sure. But
Mello.
Yeah, you know Mello, yeah.
If Trick is ready, Mello is
Melo's
definitely ready.
Yeah, you're right.
I was gonna say
Right.
Melo the outlier. In that
Mello
team.
is him. Will.
Yeah.
Mello is
Yeah.
him.
You're right. You're right.
Melo's solid.
But past
He is
those
solid.
two,
Hang on. I'm trying to. I'm really thinking, and I don't watch NXT, so I'm having to really think.
ain't no woman on the
Are we
women's side ready?
ready? Are we ready? Are we ready for Baron Corbin to make his
Hell
return?
no.
Hell no.
Again?
For what?
Hell no.
For
I
what?
mean, he's put some good stuff together
No.
in
For
NXT.
what? No,
No.
for what?
He's got the
No.
better character than he's had in a long time.
Nah,
No.
he'll get there and fizz it out. He'll
Yeah.
get there and fizz it out without Vince.
It's
Well,
not Vince McMahon. It's not Vince McMahon.
It's
Triple
not.
H likes him. Triple H has liked him for a very long time.
Nah, he ain't gonna. Nah.
Triple H is the whole reason that he stayed on the main roster for a year.
You make solid points, but there's only so many times you can.
There's
I'm just
only-
saying,
there's only times
There's
you can bring-
there's
but-
a. I'm
Oh,
just
There's
saying
only so many
there's.
times you can bring back a retread.
You can
I
only
understand,
recycle it so
but there
many
is a
times.
reason they sent him to NXT, and that is to eventually bring him back up. They will. It will happen.
Boy, they got to do
Damn,
it right
damn,
though.
they
It's kind
do.
of like Wardlow in that sense, man. They got to do it right, or it ain't working.
Right. You got to give him something
Really?
solid to come back on.
I'm gonna be real.
Well, and honestly, you go back to Wardlow. The UK in general, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the United Kingdom.
No. The little story,
Don't
thing build up
dare be
tonight was
disrespecting
nice.
the fans over in the
I
UK.
like that.
Don't you
I
dare
like
be
that,
disrespecting the fans in the UK. Don't do that.
The Undisputed Kingdom.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just, I think this story would have been a lot better had Adam Cole not gotten hurt. I think that is what's dragging 100% dragging this.
Because that's the handcuff to the whole thing. Is the
They
fact
had
that
to
he's
pivot
hurt right
because of that injury.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I think
now. Yep.
that is what is really making this story. I gotta say, I see a swerve. I think O'Reilly gets help from United Kingdom next week. I see a swerve.
Ooh, I can see it. Based on what we saw tonight. Yeah.
So yeah, Big Business to me was a success for AEW. I'm excited. I do think
It's
they're
gonna be fun.
in the right track. Now, again, as we say all the time, yes, are there some issues? Yes, their booking. I don't have as big of issue with their booking as most do. I look at it, again, this is not WWE. It's never going to be WWE. It is going to always resemble New Japan. It is, and
Yeah.
American fans just need to get past it. It's not going to be WWE. It's not going to be Impact. It's not going to be like any promotion that's ever been in the U.S. It's not
Agreed.
going to happen. And so the stories, the booking is going to be different. You're going to have just those random matches because they want it to be look like a sports. They want it to be look like at the NBA. Just a random game any night can be the best game. Like, and that's what the IWC is never going to understand about AEW.
I agree.
That's fair.
I agree.
That you're not wrong.
Mm-mm.
You're not wrong. It just takes common people and their brain, such as myself.
Well, and again, it's something we've discussed before. WWE spoon feeds their product. Like
they do. No, you got to think with AEW. You do. You have to use the old Adula Oblongata. As
Hang on a second, guys. Hang on.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
I'm good. I thought someone was breaking into my house for a second.
Well, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
Oh, y'all about to see me fuck someone up. But
Josie's gonna
yeah.
hit you with a switchblade.
No, I do that doctor bomb like a Willow Nightingale. Just
Willow
boom.
Doctor.
But let's switch over real quick.
Yeah, let's do
Because I
it.
do want to talk a little bit of WWE before we get out of here for the night.
Before we go to BKM, I want to talk about that last. I want to talk about the road because I'm the road to WrestleMania has been a weird one this year. But first,
Tad stale.
we got to talk about the looks like the
a tad.
I
it's
know.
more than a tad. There's only one thing that's really interesting.
I know. I was trying to be nice, but you know.
But I did want to talk about Vincent Kennedy.
Yes, in a minute.
McMahon.
Yes,
And
in a minute.
Cover up.
Hang on, Will. First I wanted to talk about Thunderbolt Patterson. Like, I wanted to get your opinion on Thunderbolt being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Thunderbolt was a little before me, but
holy shit! I did it! I did it!
He was before me.
I got one that he doesn't know about. Oh my god!
Before me.
I did it!
Before me.
I stumped him. It took me 5 years, but I stumped him.
The swab.
He was a little before me. So I got to say that. But great athlete from everything I looked and research on him about. Good to see a brother going in there for his accomplishments. Nothing but good things to say from what I've seen. And from what I researched on YouTube earlier, I didn't see anyone have a bad thing to say about him. So that's good too. So congrats to him. Congrats to him.
Don't forget Rock's grandma. You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She going into
Liam Ivia.
Yeah.
And also the yes, baby. Bray's dad and uncle are going in.
Yep.
Bray's unconfirmed yet.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say with that, is Bray gonna be the headliner? Is Bray gonna be the last announcement? I think he's gotta be.
I was gonna say y'all do them at the same time. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
To me, those are the only reason. Cool. To me, that's the only reason that they're going in because they weren't. I don't know. Would you consider them a Hall of Fame tag team, Will? Like just looking at their career. To me, I would have thinking IRS before I would have IRS with Ted DiBiase when they were Money Inc. Like Money Inc.
was cool. That was cool. Yeah, Money Inc. was cool. Yeah, but him and Barry.
Yeah, Barry and
I love Barry. And I love Barry. Don't get me wrong. A big man who can actually move. A big man who was very skilled, grapple wise. Was
Barry Windham the one that tagged with Billy Gunn in the beginning?
He in the beginning he did. But
they were they were cowboy.
But don't forget too, Wyndham's career was long. Don't forget he was a horseman. He teamed up with Luger, and then turned on his ass, which was funny as hell. But he was one of those big men who wasn't stiff in the ring. He could move. He could run the ropes, unlike Lex Luger, who was a big dude also, but just stiff as hell.
That's because Luger's bigness was fake.
Huge. But Barry could move around and do some things. Former world champion. Got his brother involved. His brother was decent. And Kendall. So shout out to Barry for getting in. Should have been in if you ask me, but
yeah.
You could have put him in. You didn't have to put him in with Rotunda. You could have put him in as a single. You really could have.
It's looking that way. Getting in
Barry
with family.
was awesome.
That'll be cool. Yeah, that's a WWE type of move.
We all know what the Hall of Fame is anyway. The Hall of Fame is nothing but a show itself.
Yeah, glorified. Yeah,
The glorified show. There ain't no Hall of Fame building nowhere for nobody.
Yeah.
In wrestling anyway, except for Cauliflower Hall of Fame.
1,000,000%.
Cauliflower Hall of Fame is where I really look as the true wrestling Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
definitely.
But yeah, now that we got that out the way, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Everybody tried to cover it up. And the thing that disgusts me, Stephanie was one of the co-conspirators in all this, trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
So hang on real quick, because I want to dive into this, but I really want to talk about the road real quick before we dive into VKM, because I got some shit I want to say on that.
Say about the road. We know what one match is, and that's it.
No, there's more. There's been several matches announced.
Let me stop. If the other one that we care about, 2 matches maybe.
What, baby?
For real.
You're gonna use that one that's on the couch. Yours is in the washer.
Maybe 2 matches we care about.
Yeah.
pull
On
it.
real.
I gotta say, I am loving The Rock. This whole build, like it even got me a little bit. Sky, get up!
Cody ain't slapping me like that. Oh hell!
Oh man, that
He ain't
slap
slapping me like
was
that. Oh,
great.
hell no.
Hang on, guys.
He getting his ass
Slap her around the world.
He ain't slapping me like that. Hell no.
Hell.
He getting his ass whipped right then.
Hell to the no.
I ain't waiting on man. I'm getting my get back right there.
Hell
He
to
ain't
the
slapping me like that. Hell no.
Yeah. And then Cody's promo Monday. Cody doesn't cut bad promos, but I gotta say, man, I am tired of seeing the man cry. Like I'm tired. It seems like every promo he cuts anymore, some tears are coming up.
I'm like this with Cody Rhodes in the WWE. I don't care.
He had momentum, and when he had the momentum, that's what they should have pulled the trigger then.
Yeah.
But again, that's not his fault.
I'm not saying it
No,
is.
yeah,
I'm not saying it is his fault. But at the same, but you have to capitalize on that momentum when you have it.
But
and
again,
they
that's
didn't do it. I'm not saying it's Cody's fault, but
he's taking
the front office didn't do it.
But what I'm saying is Cody's taking what he's got and trying to make it the best he can. And I gotta say, right now, those 2 matches, Cody Seth Rock Roman, and then Cody Roman, are the only 2 matches I super care about.
That's what I just said.
Oh, 1,000,000,000%.
It also Gunther Sammy. Honestly, I love Sammy. I do. Sammy is great. I would have rather seen Gable. Honestly, I would have rather seen Gable.
Give me Sammy after that run with the blood. Give me Sammy.
But dude, Sammy hasn't done anything in 6 months.
Well, I mean, it's Sammy.
Man, like,
to me, it is what we always talk about.
It's
WWE never takes the momentum of their wrestlers and runs with it. And right now, Chad's got momentum. Chad has it. Like that whole unit is over right now. Otis, Chad.
But let me ask you a question though. Sami Zayn is so far over. Even now, he hasn't been relevant in the title picture, and he's still over.
He's still over.
Gable's over too.
He ain't over like Sammy.
No, but again, does Sammy need that title? Does Sammy need that title? Sammy doesn't need the IC title.
But the fans want to see him have the IC title. The fans want to see a belt around his waist.
Yep.
That's what fans want.
I agree, Will. I agree.
I don't think he's gonna get it. I don't think he's gonna get it. I don't think Gunther loses.
No, I think Gunther wins, but I mean, if I had to pick between the two,
to me, your best plan with Gunther at this point, to me, the best plan with Gunther at this point, he keeps the title. He runs through SummerSlam. He beats Seth or whoever for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Then he drops the IC title.
Then he drops the IC, and that means he goes undefeated.
Yeah.
Longest reigning IC champ, longest total reigning IC champ with one reign, undefeated.
Yep. That's the way it should be.
Big Tone, what's up, man?
Oh,
That's
fuck.
who that is. What's up, Big Tone? What's up, my brother?
Gold, bitch. Gold.
Oh yeah, man. Oh man, me and Big Tone, boy. You want to talk about bringing down somebody? We just one show we got together. We just destroyed Santana Garrett. Destroyed her flippy ass. We just destroyed her. One podcast, we just destroyed her. She wasn't the same sense and stuff. But
But yeah, so like I've been watching The Road because I'm gonna do another prediction on Google. On
Let me hit the
Google.
record button real quick.
No, prediction contest on like I did for Revolution.
Oh, okay.
So I've been keeping track, but yeah, it's one of the more boring builds I've felt in a while. Like I feel like they're really only focusing on the main card.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is not wrong.
Well, you've been itching to talk about it, so here we go. Some more news came out in the Vincent Kennedy McMahon scandal.
McMahon.
So it has been reported. It has been reported now that
get on my head.
President Nick Khan, co-CEO Stephanie McMahon, and the CEO COO Brian, I can't think of his last name.
Blum.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Blum. Yep.
Is that Matt Blum's brother? Because he even kind of looks like him.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. No.
Doppelganger, Josie.
Okay.
Yeah, doppelganger. That's what it is.
It's crazy to have doppelganger of two people in the same company.
Yeah,
and what's the rest of this stuff? The man is taking his hands and putting them down women's pants at work in a corporate setting where people can see.
This is the thing. Well, but yet Ashley is dead because
she can't defend herself.
She can no longer defend herself because of all the shit she was put through. Yeah. And I gotta say this: it's a good thing WWE is sold, because if it comes out that it is proven that Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and Brian Blum all had hands in, we've all known that. Okay, anybody who doesn't know, Vince and Linda have not been together in 10+ years.
Probably more than that.
They're never going to divorce because it would be stupid on their parts to do it.
Yep.
But they have not been in the same household in 10+ years. That is widely known. So anybody who wants to talk about the affair or Vince, and one, that's not a goddamn excuse. And we as people need to stop using that as an excuse. You not getting any at home is not a reason to go sexually assault someone.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No, not
hell yeah.
Not a reason.
Not at all.
And this is where this show is going to get a little serious, because I love wrestling. I love it. It is a passion for me, as you can see behind my wall. I've loved it since I was 13. This business means the fucking world to me. And things like this and Me Too and all that shit, this kills the fucking business. Yes, and this is what the women in the business have been fighting against for 30 fucking years. And plus, and more. And the fact that what I was saying is, if it comes out that Khan and Blum and McMahon were all involved in the cover-up, knowing of the cover-up for several years, helped him cover up several different ones. If the company hadn't just been sold, WWE be in some serious trouble right now. Like,
they'd be in the tank.
WWE might have died. Which I wonder if this isn't why Vince pushed so hard to get back in to push this sell, because he knew eventually it was all going to blow up in his face.
Yeah.
And if he didn't do this fast, it was going to be worse than if he was able to get back in, sell the company. Now, everything McMahon or anything that's touched him can be pulled out.
Yeah. Man, when you look at it from that standpoint, and we all thought he was trying to get back in for creative, but when you look at it from that standpoint, it's just fucking mind-blowing.
You must say, guys,
It's mind-blowing. It
Yeah.
is. It's just, you know, and then we all thought Stephanie was stepping away because you know, dad just wanted to keep power. And in retrospect, it really probably had nothing to do with any of that. Yeah, just sickening too. Just, I mean, like you said, I mean, what hasn't been said on the scenario, on the situation, but
yeah, it's all a disgusting situation. I feel so bad for this woman. And here's the other thing I wanted to bring up. The thing that not a lot of people are talking about, but I've seen on my TikTok. Last week, Vince cashed out $400 million worth of stocks.
Yep.
To me,
you know what's up?
No, Will, I'll tell you what I think is up. I believe he knows because now it's a federal case. The FBI is looking into the sex trafficking. So what we said a few weeks ago could actually happen. Vince could go to prison over this.
Yeah, he could. He really could.
That's
what I'm saying. He knows what's up.
Well, yeah, and if it's proven that Khan and McMahon and Blum had ends in it, they could all be now. From what I read, nothing sexual on those parts, but being culpable in a cover-up.
Yeah, just conspiracy.
Yeah. So he drew, to me, that screams, I know I'm about to be arrested. I'm going to cash this out and try and get out of the country.
Try and get out. Yep.
Either try to get out or have the money to fight the legal battle.
Oh, it doesn't. He probably has the money to fight it, but it doesn't matter. He's going to lose, Will.
Yeah.
Like, there is plenty, and like, he is going to lose. There is no way he's winning this now with multiple women coming out on top of the women he's paid off on top of. Like, I don't believe that there's any way he wins this trial. Now, what I think is more likely happen is the man keels over from a heart attack before he actually ends up in prison. And to me, that's too good for his ass.
Yep.
Really? I've not been a fan of Vince in a very long time. Never really was. To me, Vince always played the bad guy too well.
Yep.
He was too good at it.
Yep.
And to me, that's taking from real life. When you're that good, you're taking from real life. And all these stories have proved it. He shit on her chest. Like, who does that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick freak.
But here's the crazy thing. Supposedly, Lesnar is in all of this, and yet he was brought back on the roster this week.
To the roster. Yep.
And so I'm wondering what's up with that. I'm wondering because they keep talking about the multiple other wrestlers that could have been involved. I'm wondering if that's going to come out. Like, who could that be?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. It's like, you can only imagine.
They're talking about your boy might come back.
Who?
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That's what I just said, Will.
Yeah. Craziness, man.
That's what I just said. Supposedly he's involved, yet he's back on the roster.
On the active, he's on the roster. Listed on the roster. They took him down. He's back up.
So it's gonna be an interesting development. I would not. And TKO is shown they're not gonna put up with negative. So I would not be surprised if Nick Khan resigns in the next week.
Man, what's that mean for The Rock though? Because at the same time, Khan was the reason The Rock game in there. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and then and they just put the Rock in Khan spot. That's what they'll do.
Rock
They'll make the Rock president.
Yep.
I fully believe that's what happens.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Step down. Hell, that could have been the reason they put Rock on the board in the first place.
On the board,
because they knew that this could possibly come out, and he is the best choice to be president of WWE. Reporting to, he's the best pick.
Yeah.
To me, there's no one else that would even be close to making sense. Now, here's the thing. If Vince is so toxic, why are people like Bruce Pritchard and the most racist man in sports entertainment, Michael P.S. Hayes, still being employed when they're all just Vince people?
Vince people. Yeah. It makes no sense.
It done. It really did.
There was one thing real quick before we get out of here I didn't want to talk about. We didn't talk about last week.
Whole thing's so convoluted.
Back to AEW real quick. So it came out that Sammy Guevara got suspended after his match with Jeff Hardy on Rampage a few weeks ago. And I was at that match. When the suspension first came out, I didn't agree with it because it didn't seem like it was called for. But I guess what the suspension was is there was a miscommunication in the ring. Sammy was told to go home. He didn't. He still hit the finisher when Jeff could have possibly been concussed. And that's why he got suspended. But from what I've read, there was some miscommunication in the ring. Sammy got miscommunication, and I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully Sammy's not gone for too long.
Yeah, let's hope not. Did you see that? Did you see that sign tonight? I drove here for Sami Zayn. I came here for Sami Zayn. It was like
okay. You want to come in next week, Big Tone? We got you, brother.
Come on, come on, Tone.
We got you, brother.
So yeah, I gotta say again, big business delivered. I think it was a great match. I gotta say,
yeah, we had quite a few bangers tonight.
Will fucking Ospreay is the mother.
Continues to deliver. This man is gonna carry the torch, man.
Man, no,
He's
not just that.
The torch.
Not just that. The thing is I think he could be the guy to finally break through the casual viewer with AEW because he's so like
what he does in the ring. It's just.
But I mean, those matches were great. But then tonight, just hearing him talk, like I was just so id to everything. Yeah. He's just so man. Like he's got it all.
Yeah, he does. He's got that it factor.
And then, like y'all said, if they could figure out some of their booking issues, AEW on paper's got the best roster in wrestling. Period. No discussion.
Hands down. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Okada has impressed me too.
Yeah, I've liked Okada. They're doing it right.
I actually kind of like him.
I like it.
I like him with the Bucks.
I love it. I love it. Actually, I love it.
Will, I gotta ask you this? Will, is there anything that the Bucks could do to make you not like them? I know that's never gonna happen, but like enjoy something that they do on television?
Hell no.
Nothing.
Hell no.
Man, Will, for the historian and all
cheap.
All the appreciation that you give.
Yeah, but Will, you gotta see you again. You have not watched AEW, so you've not seen this new presentation.
Yeah, the new iteration of them is fantastic.
Them leaning into this whole EVPs, all friends wrestling thing. Like it works. It works.
It's better than what they were doing before. I fucking love it.
It's better than anything I've seen them do in AEW.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
This is what when they went heel the first time with Kenny Omega, this is what that should have been.
Yeah, that's what this should have looked like.
And I gotta say, Okada, for a man who don't speak any English, still, man, just with a couple of words, I'm just like,
look at that. I ain't the only one. I ain't the
Oh,
only
come
one.
on.
Again,
Oh,
I
but
ain't
Big
the only
Joe,
one.
again, you can't be in on this argument if you haven't watched their recent stuff.
yeah.
Listen, doggone it. They,
Doggone
it's this. And we talk about guys with the same gimmick,
This
24/7, the
isn't.
same gimmick,
It's not the same though, Will.
the same gimmick, the same look. They don't have one of the things to me that they don't have is the look.
But they've
Another
changed
thing,
their look.
another thing, I'm just saying, they're smaller dudes. They're two smaller dudes. They trying to be something they're not.
They're the
not.
same
You can
size
say
as
that
Matt
about
and
half
Jeff.
of
They're the
AEW's
same size
roster.
as Matt and Jeff. They're the
I'm
same
just saying,
size as Matt and Jeff.
but I'm just saying, and Big Doe's been watching them since they came back from suspension. But I just don't care for them. I just don't care for them. They don't look to be the guys that everybody else sees them to be. They don't have that look to me. They don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
They don't.
Well, you gotta
You're
have.
trying to be in the same vein of a Rock and Roll Express, the same vein of a Midnight Express, and no one can take the mantle away from either of those teams. Those are all-time classic teams. You can't replicate what they're doing. But you could put them in a different storyline. That's fine. But at the end of the day, to me, and this is just strictly my opinion. If you like them, love them. I ain't got nothing against y'all for liking them. But to me, they're a bunch of ripoffs.
Everybody in pro wrestling is a ripoff. They're all. Ric Flair is a ripoff.
But they're a bad ripoff.
I don't disagree with some of the things you said, but now, what they're doing, the way that they are leaning into all the hate they've been getting for years, I am enjoying it.
It's making AEW
enjoying
fun to watch.
it is making it fun to watch.
It's
I don't think
making
they
it fun to
want to
watch.
be the Midnight Express. Again,
if y'all like them,
I'm not saying I like them. I'm saying I enjoy this story.
This iteration of them I enjoy.
If y'all like them, I love them, but care for them, man.
But
I just don't.
Especially for this generation of tag teams. I mean, we don't see that. I mean, we don't. I mean, tag teams these days. I mean, I don't know. At least they're bringing some flair with it this time.
But that's wrestling. But that's wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've enjoyed this. I like the whole changing their names, the EVP thing. I've enjoyed it more than I thought I would, honestly. And I'm liking what they're doing with Okada.
I love it.
Again, I don't think they want to be the
version of the Midnight Express.
Everybody is a copycat in wrestling.
Yeah,
there's
they really
no
are,
originality in wrestling. The most original thing we've had in wrestling in the last 20 years is MJF.
Let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question. You fall into that same trap that the IWC is falling into, because just because you like them, just because you see value, just because you like their current storyline, doesn't mean the next person will see what you see.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. That's wrestling. That's how it works. Exactly. But it's also one of the issues is that's
everybody's not going to like everybody.
No, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm also not here calling you an idiot and threatening to beat the crap out of you because you don't agree with me. That's where the IWC.
That's where the issue is.
That's toxic.
That's where I have issue with the IWC. Is you can't have discussions like this in chats or on comments, because the moment you don't agree with someone, they get either violent and threaten, or they just beat you down.
Right.
Twitter fingers, baby.
Agreed.
So again, well, I know there are a lot of things in wrestling you and I don't agree on.
And those two are going to be one of them.
But again, I'm just saying I'm not a huge fan of the Young Bucks either. I do agree they are a ripoff. They've been a ripoff. I think they have done some positive things for pro wrestling. You got to remember, without the Young Bucks, we don't have AEW.
I was just gonna say that. True. Yeah, without Young Bucks,
without AEW, we don't have all the things that have happened in the last 5 years. Yep. So you got to give them their flowers a little bit. just a little bit. And
We
even
don't-
if it's
we don't
saying,
have MJF.
Will, even if it's saying, I don't like what they've done in the ring, but as far as what they've done behind the scenes and what they've done for pro wrestling, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you because they created something for you. They created an out. They created an out for WWE for fans who, let's say, were disenfranchised with WWE.
Not just fans.
They gave you an out. And I get that. I understand that part. And respect for them because AEW has flourished. So for that alone, okay, good job. Good job. Congratulations. I mean, they didn't do it by themselves, but congratulations. I'll give them a damn cookie. But past that point, but past that point, and
as far as the talent,
fuck them.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, I agreed. Now, I want to say what I have liked about it, though, is the way that they are really riffing on Tony Khan. Like,
oh, it's amazing.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's amazing. It's so good.
Week, Will, they were going to do a big announcement.
Yeah.
They were going to do a big announcement, and they came back for the big announcement, and like they totally Tony Khan'd it. Just so awkward and weird, and like the little quips. Like a couple of weeks ago, when Matt in the ring said, "Let's fucking go," we all know that that's Tony's thing. So the little things that they're doing to. I don't know. I've enjoyed it. Again, I'm not the giant fan of the Young Bucks. There's people I enjoy way more, and I do agree with you. There are things they are knockoffs of. They were for a long time a huge knockoff of the Hardy Boys. For a long time. Y'all say Midnight Express. To me, they were always more the Hardys.
More okay, so but their attire, rock and roll.
No, it is. No, you're not wrong, Will. You're not wrong.
If you go,
I would say that their attire is a mix of rock and roll and the Hardys. A lot of what they wore was stuff that Jeff wore too.
Yeah, but to me, I don't put them on that pedestal that other people do because it's not like you haven't seen better before them, and it's not like you won't see better after them.
All right, Will.
Tell me this: Are they an iconic tag team?
Well, actually, I got a better way to ask that question. In this generation, and when I say generation, I'm talking from the last 20 years. So let's go 2000. So that's 24 years. In the last 24 years.
Name your iconic tag teams.
Actually, I'm not even, because if I do 24 years, it's easy. Last 10 years.
Yeah.
Who are your iconics?
Hell, there's so many. If you go, the reason why I started not from that point is because that's your.
No. I understand
that caters to you. That's not covering wrestling as a whole. That's just covering your time in pro wrestling.
I agree. Mine. No, but I agree with you. But again, like we discussed before, it's hard to just nail down
the entirety of it.
It's hard to nail down, as we were talking last week, Will. Yeah. It's hard to nail down greatest of all time in wrestling because it's generational. So I'm just asking your opinion. In the last 10 years, who are the iconic tag teams? That's who I'm asking. We all know one. That's FTR for sure. No argument.
Yeah.
Best in the world.
And they ain't better than FTR.
I don't disagree. Who else though?
It's only FTR. It's only FTR.
But that's what I'm saying. Will that can't?
There's not that many. Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And I think that's why they get the rub that they get, because tag team wrestling as a whole has issues. It's not like you had it back in the day when you had Edge and Christian, you had the Dudley Boys, you had Harlem Heat coming in WCW and wrecking shop from the tag team standpoint. There's nobody there from a tag standpoint that really stands out past FTR.
And I'm not just talking AEW. I'm talking
wrestling in
company
general.
last
Yeah.
10 years.
Go back. Okay,
Yeah.
go back and look at the WWE. No tech. I don't care if it's the New Day. I don't care if it's the Usos. They're not better than FTR.
But it can't be just one, Will. Like,
Yeah.
I'm asking you to list me
Like
There's
a top-
nobody else with
iconic
FTR
tag
that I will
teams
put.
in the last 10 years.
There's
You
nobody else.
wouldn't put the Usos up there. You wouldn't put New Day up there. Like,
Not-
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I won't put them past.
I-
I won't put maybe second and third. I won't put them past FTR.
Again, I'm not arguing with you, Will.
Yeah.
FTR, I've said this 3 times. FTR is number 1. That's not what I'm asking. I am
Exactly.
asking, who are the iconic tag teams of the last 10 years?
And what
That's
did I
what
just say? And what did I just say? Because
I
of the
want
fact
more
that the
than
tag team-
FTR.
but because of the tag
There's not
team ranks
one.
are so diminished, because the tag team ranks are so diminished, there is nobody else.
But
if
there
you want-
is. You have the
Who?
Usos. The Usos.
The
New
Usos.
Day
Yeah.
have been
New Day.
rocking the tag team division in WWE for the last 10 years.
Would you say? But okay. When I talk about iconic, and what I mean, maybe our definition of iconic is different. You know, because I'm looking at from the time I was watching to now.
But again,
You're looking at a set time frame.
yes,
That's
because
two different visions, my friend.
But that's not the question I'm asking you right now, Will. I am asking.
And my answer to you is the fact the tag team division.
I don't
has been
disagree
so
with Will.
diminished.
And I've said this, but I'm not disagreeing.
If you take FTR, if you take Usos, if you take the New Day, okay, who else?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm asking
what he's
you
asking.
if there's
That's what
got
he's
to be
There's nobody else because the tag team division is so diminished.
Okay, you have to give me 5. Top 5 last 10 years. Go. No top 5. Who are they? Have to give me 5 tag teams.
Why you gonna do your boy like that?
Hmm.
Because I already gave you 3. FTR, New Day dominated.
Yep.
New Day dominated.
Killed it.
Look into
Yep.
Uso, they dominated. Damn.
There's really not. Yeah. I
This
mean,
one-
it drops off. It does.
You missed one. You missed one.
Who'd I miss?
The Wyatt family. The Shield.
Oh,
You count
Yeah.
the Shield?
They were
Wait,
tag team champs.
they were tag.
Yeah.
They were tag.
They were tag
But
team
they
champs.
didn't have longevity as tag team champs, but okay, I'll give you that.
Held it for a year.
I'll give you that. But was it a New Day run? Was it
No.
what was it?
No.
Was it a New Day? Was it a Usos run? No.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. The tag team division is so diminished that people put the Young Bucks on that pedestal. Because if you take you just name 5. Okay, past that 5. And if you want to count the Young Bucks at 6, that's fine. If you want to count them at 6.
It drops though. It does.
drops.
But I could still give you 10. I could go and give you 10. I could give you 10 influential tag teams of the last 10 years. Cesaro and The Bar. That was an influential tag team in the last 10 years.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
They won
I
the
don't know about
titles
those.
twice. If you again, as what we just said, influential tag teams of the last 10
But
years. They were influential.
Doesn't that require a run?
It requires
They had 2 tag team title runs.
How long was each run?
One was almost a year long.
Okay, but again, you're looking at it as a basis for at least a year. That's the only. I'm not talking about just a year. I'm talking about a long run. And when you look at teams like the Road, you look at teams like the Road Warriors, long run, multiple long runs.
Okay,
multiple long
but
runs.
I agreed with you. But I have agreed with you, Will. Yes, tag team is not the same. But no matter what, there has to be a top 10 for every decade. It doesn't matter if the wrestling is shit or not. There still has to be a top 10. What I'm saying is no matter what, there has to be a top 10. Yes, I will admit that the last 10 years of tag team wrestling are garbage. Yes, 100%. But there still has to be a top 10.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
And what did I just say? If you're gonna put the Young Bucks at 6, go right ahead. They're not my cup of tea, but go right ahead.
But what I was saying is, again, shitty tag teams but the bar is probably in that top 10 because there's not a lot of
Fair when you
talent.
frame it that way. Fair.
And that's
Yeah.
what I've been
Yeah.
trying to say for 15 minutes is
Yeah.
yes, I 100% agree with you. We are not at the level of Will, you go back too far. We're not at the level of TLC, the Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian. Like tag team wrestling will never be that again. Ever.
No,
Ever.
never.
But just because it's shit doesn't mean that there isn't a top 10 influential tag teams the last 10 years.
And if you want to put them there in your top 10,
but I'm asking you, Will.
You're more than welcome to.
But I want to hear yours. You have to give me 10. Like, who are they?
If you want to put it, look, the whole point is this. The whole point is this. You want me to like them.
No, I
ain't gonna like them.
I don't want you to like anybody. But
you
no,
can stop the whole conversation because I'm never gonna like them. They're not my cup of tea.
I'm not wanting you to like them. You are caught up on something that is 5 minutes ago. I don't care if you like them. I just want you to give me the top.
You want to put them at 6? Put them at 6.
My God, I'm not talking about the Young Bucks anymore. I'm talking in general. But Will, you're not listening to me. In general, who are the top 10 tag teams of the last 10 years? I don't care if you put the Young Bucks there or not. Give me the top 10 for the last 10 years. That's all I'm asking you. Give me your top 10 of the last 10 years.
And I'm hold on. Hold on, Big Tone. Hold on.
I don't have a lot of time to go into a whole other argument.
I finna hit you up on Messenger real quick, dog. Hold on.
All I want you to do is give me a top 10. That's all I'm asking. I don't care if you put the Young Bucks in your list. All I want is you to tell me who are the top 10 tag teams of the last 10 years.
Okay. Big Tone, I just hit you up on Messenger real quick, dog.
So while we're waiting for Big Tone, answer the question.
All right, so I'm waiting on Big Tone. All right, I already told you. I already gave you 6. If you want to put the bar and the Wyatt family there, that's 7 and 8.
No.
And then when you go back,
no. Do not take my opinion.
Yeah,
your opinion.
I'm giving you those last.
If you want to give them, not me.
I'm giving you those last 3. I'm giving you those last 3. I'm giving you those last 3. And what? Okay, so we're looking at FTR. We're looking at FTR. We got them. Let me see. Usos, New Day.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to put the Wyatt family in there? That's fine. If you want to take, I even give you Young Bucks at 5. Shield at 6.
Who at 6?
Our company, huh?
Who at 6?
The Shield. If you want to put the Shield at 6, that's fine. If you want to put the Young Bucks at 5, that's fine. That's interchangeable, but that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to put the bar there, that's fine. If you want to put them there, and that's 8. I gotta think of the last 2 real quick.
I got one for you, and you may or may disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the matches they had with FTR, and actually 2.
Yeah, I got one.
Just because they had some bangers with FTR in NXT Gold. They had some bangers. And the other one was Gable and
I forgot about Gable. What's the name?
Oh, I can't. American Alpha.
American Alpha. Yeah, I forgot about them. Okay, I'll give you that.
That was my point, Will, is
Briscoes?
yes.
Briscoes?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the Briscoes.
Oh, damn.
Damn, we forgot the Briscoes.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Wyatt's back.
Yeah.
That pushes everything down. So then Alpha's like 11. Because, the Briscoes, that was a big... Honestly, Briscoe's number 2. I think you got to.
Yeah, I agree. FTR and Briscoes, right
But
there.
again, sorry that got so heated, Will. But I was just trying to say that
What's your top? Yeah,
even though it's garbage, even though the tag team is never going to be what we love about tag team, there's still got to be a top 10 for every decade, every year. Like,
ooh, Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh,
we didn't even think of TNA. There's some TNA. Beer money.
You didn't even think of them.
You didn't even think about that.
Beer money.
Yeah, Beer Money was
Yeah.
good.
America's Most Wanted. Motor City Machine Guns. Oh man, shit. There's this.
Hold on, real quick. Look at you, this lurking.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Tone coming to
Another
put me
day,
in
my
my
brother.
place. Tone coming to put me in my
lurking.
place.
Okay, let's get this straight right now. All right. When it comes to the Young Bucks, everybody knows, like you stated. I understand it. Right now, they're trying to play the role, get back into the game that they won after CM Punk left. Since Punk left, they're trying to take his spot. That's not gonna happen. That's garbage. They're trying too fucking hard.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
I think it's excellent right now.
I understand. They're trying, but they're trying too hard. If they let it be natural, the natural assholes that they are, they can probably fill it up.
But see, this is what I'm getting natural. Just being natural assholes. I'm not feeling like they're trying too hard. When I feel like they were trying too hard was
it was before
they were doing before, trying to push
the
same old Young Bucks that we've seen for the last 10 years. This to me is fresh and them leaning into real life stuff. What's been going on?
Okay, I'll give you that. But it's still, if you dig deeper, the only thing they're trying to do is kiss Tony's ass because they know they fucked up and they got rid of their moneymaker.
Again,
tell me I'm lying.
I'm telling you you're lying because if that's the case, Tony wouldn't have signed them to a big 5-year extension.
Because they started. If it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be in this fucking business in the first place. But tell me I'm lying. If it wasn't for the Young Bucks and Cody, Tony Khan would never have been heard of.
But it's not their business anymore. But it's not their business anymore. They don't own it. He doesn't need them to have this company. He doesn't.
Bullshit. Because they're the only one that has minds. He doesn't. He don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I disagree. And see, I'm not gonna sit here and I disagree with.
Wait. No, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're sitting here telling me Tony Khan knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes to professional wrestling person?
I do.
Are you out of your mind? How much have you been smoking today?
I'm sober today, unfortunately.
Don't ask Josie that question because Josie will be truthful with you.
I believe it. No, I'm just fucking around. But no, seriously, if you actually think Tony Khan has a mind and the willpower and basically the knowledge, just because he was a fan does not make him an executive producer to produce a show like that. He can't do it.
This goes back into what I was saying at the beginning. AEW is never going to be the pro wrestling show that most American fans want. It's not going to be that show. And Tony Khan is not producing that show. He is producing New Japan Wrestling in America, and it is different. And that is the difference. I'm not saying Tony doesn't need a booker. I'm not saying he doesn't need help.
He does.
But I do think Tony has good ideas and makes good matches and does good things. I think if he would get back to some of the long-term booking he was doing, it was better than this stuff he's doing now.
In the last 3 weeks, name one good match he put on TV.
Ospreay Takeshita.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Ospreay.
No. Let me be more specific. Besides Will Ospreay, because we know Will Ospreay is the motherfucker. We know that. There's no question about that. Will Ospreay is the number one motherfucker in the world right now.
Five more. Willow Nightingale and Riho killed it last night. Riho and Chris Statlander killed it last week. I can go on and on and on.
They let that little 200. They let that little 50-pound girl win. Come on now. That's Kenny Omega's bitch. Come on now.
And that is insulting someone who has given their lives to this business.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But that's Kenny Omega's bitch. If it wasn't for Kenny Omega, she wouldn't have been on TV in the first place. Everybody knows that.
Josie, we're just busting your chops. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, we're just getting
killed it.
There's
been the last 3 weeks of Dynamite have been some of the best Dynamites we've had in over a year.
Because Sting was leaving.
No. Sting has been gone for 3 weeks. We've had 3 Dynamites since.
Damn, that's a comeback.
Oh shit.
That's the only reason why, because Sting was leaving. If Sting wasn't there in the first place,
for 3 weeks, we've had 3 Dynamites since. I just said the last 3 Dynamites have been the 3-bit.
And why have they done that? Coming off of Sting leaving? It's just like how WrestleMania used to be the Monday night after Raw after WrestleMania. It's the same thing.
And that's history. That's verifiable history because when you get
it's the same thing.
The Raw after Mania. Yeah, that's when they really.
I don't know. You sound like to me one of those people that think AEW is going to close and it's never going to happen.
Oh no, I know it's not. Because there's always going to be people out there that want to see the difference because they get tired of WWE, they need something changed. They're going to go there, and now they got the New Japan guys coming over. Of course, it's going to be. They're trying to catch up. That's all it is. Great. I know that. And plus, they have ROH. They rebrung ROH back, and they still have some of the old guys from ROH, the original ROH. Mm-hmm. It's there. Of course, it's going to be better.
I'm not saying AEW is perfect, but I don't think Tony Khan is the total issue with it. I think Tony has great ideas and has put on great matches and has made great stories. The whole Swerve Samoa Joe thing. I love what's going on with that right now. I have to
give you that. That's good.
Swerve's the money man.
As I was saying at the beginning of this show, what I am finding boring right now is all of Joe's matches ending the same. I'm so tired of the Cohina clutch. I'm tired of it.
Well, everybody knows that's his favorite move. Come on.
Well, it's what I have issue with, and I was saying at the beginning of the show, is he has these great matches, and then the end just falls flat.
True.
He has fantastic matches, and then all of a sudden the guy turns around, he gets him in the clutch, and it's over.
True. My only retort to that is he's a submission wrestler.
Again, I understand that. It is the fact that the last 5 matches he's had have all ended. It's
the exact same. It's the exact same.
It's just gotten really. But again, Will, I'm just saying I've gotten bored of it. Just like you don't.
So what should Joe do to make it better? Use a new submission?
No, win a match with a pin every once in a while.
Actually, I think Joe should go back to his TNA days and act like that.
Yeah.
Or win a match with a pin. I'm just saying, Will. Joe has 3-4-star matches every single night, but then, like I was interested in that Wardlow match until the end.
Right.
Yep.
I was interested.
And I do agree with you.
I was interested in the 3-way match at Revolution till the end.
Yep.
Like I'm tired of all of his matches, and it's been going on like this while he was the ROH tag title. Like I'm just tired. Most of his matches in AEW have ended with that, and it just gets boring. Again, I love Joe. I'm not saying anything against him. I'm just saying I want to see more because every time I'm excited for a Joe match, and they all end the same. And again, with the way WWE or AEW does their knockouts, with just it's just anticlimactic, and I leave the match frustrated.
I agree. No, I have to. I respect that.
Again, I think
I agree.
This writer they brought in for Monet is going to be huge for AEW. They didn't just make her a writer; they made her a vice president, and there's been multiple people saying that she's going to have good ideas, and if Tony listens to her, it will be an impressive.
That's the thing. Will they let her do what she's supposed to do?
Will they listen? Yeah.
And we have seen changes. he has gotten more people involved in writing, and we have seen changes. Shivani's involved in it more. You've gotten Daniel Bryan involved in the creative aspect of it. So we have seen some changes, and I think we will continue to see changes. Again, AEW, anybody who thinks AEW is going to end up shutting down is just an idiot.
No, that's not gonna happen.
It's never going to happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Tony Khan's got way too much money, and
Too much money.
they are, as much as you want to believe it, they are a profitable company.
Oh yeah.
And
But
they
nobody
make money.
nobody
They make
doubted
money.
that
Don't get it
though.
twisted.
no,
Yeah.
people do. People
Nobody
do.
here doubted that.
Yeah.
No one
No.
here doubted it. But
No. But
I'm just saying, I'm not saying the company's perfect. As I said 100,000 times, I know the company's not perfect.
never will be. Yeah.
No.
There isn't a such thing as perfect company in wrestling, but
No.
I don't think that all the blame goes to Khan, and I don't think that it is as bad as some people say it is. Again, there's issues with every product. I have issues with WWE. I have issues with AEW. I have issues with TNA, and NWA just needs to go away.
Trash.
Yeah, it has
trash.
gotten trash.
Straight
It has
trash.
gotten
Straight trash.
That's
It's
true.
been trash since the Coke segment, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. And with Nick Aldis left,
Honestly, we can all say this. NWA was killing it pre-pandemic, and they just never got their momentum back.
I
They
agree.
never got the momentum back.
I
I was
agree.
watching
That's fault,
Power
though.
every
That's
week.
their fault. The minute they put the belt on the Walrus, that was it.
Oh, that
It
killed it.
wasn't. Yes, I would say honestly, Will, that was the final nail.
That
That's
was the
when
final
they
nail in the coffin.
pronounced them dead. But from the time they tried to come back after the pandemic to that, they were slowly dying.
Yeah.
Oh no,
yeah.
that was done.
Yeah.
They were done.
Yeah.
And I was watching Power every week before the pandemic, and had the pandemic not happened, we might be in a totally different place. I honestly think had the pandemic not happened, you'd be looking at WWE, AEW, and NWA TNA fighting for the third spot.
I agree. I
And
have to agree with that.
but also, I don't know if Billy Corgan is the right man to be running that company. He's just he to me in the last couple of years he has not made good choices. You finally got a deal. You were going to get on TV with the CW, and you decide to do a Coke skit literally weeks prior.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Name one person in the industry right now that's either sitting at home or in the industry active right now. If they took over NWA, would make it blossom.
You're talking a wrestler or
Don't matter.
Anybody.
but you're talking to run the company, not wrestle.
Yeah.
My choice, Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, because he's got his daddy's mind.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Yeah, that he would be good. But I know somebody even better. And Will, you know who I'm about to say.
Oh.
You know who I'm about to say.
Don't say it, Tone.
So we'll just leave it like that. He knows the wrestling business better than I can't say better than anyone. He's one of the top 5 minds ever in this business.
Is this gonna make me mad, Will? You laughing? Is this gonna make me mad?
Don't say it, Tone. Go on, so I'm gonna let you do it.
He knows who I'm talking about. And right now, if you gave him let him sit where he's at and let him run it, I bet you 10-1 NWA would be number 2. Let him do what he wants to do. They'll be number 2.
Go on, say it, Tone.
Cornette.
I quit. No.
Oh, shit. I knew that.
Cornette.
No. I knew it. No.
I
That
think,
company needs to be nowhere near wrestling.
but I think from a standpoint of maybe, and this is my problem with Cornette. Yes, he is knowledgeable. Yes, he is. But my issue is you got to catch up to the times at some point.
I agree with that.
That's true.
The territories are done.
Yeah.
The territories are done. You have to catch up at some point to what wrestling is right now.
I
And
agree
if
with
he
that.
can do that and bring some of the, and bring some, not all, but some of the storylines and things like that from back then
Yeah.
There
with
you
a
go.
better roster.
But
There
he
you go. There you go. That's exactly what I'm about to say.
But
There you go.
But this is the thing. He wouldn't catch up.
No.
We all know
No.
Cornette is stuck in the past. He's
I agree.
never, ever.
True.
Yes, 100%, Tone. If he was willing to open his thick-headed piece of shit, racist homo. Oh, man. You're going to. Oh, I hate that man so much. I can't stand him. I respect what he's done for the business. I do respect him as a wrestling mind. But as a person, ooh, I hate that man.
That's what we're talking about. His wrestling mind. We're not talking about Cornette as the man.
No, if he could, if I believe that Cornette could open his mind and take his old school knowledge and mix it with the new school, yes, I honestly believe NWA could possibly rival WWE if he was willing to do that.
Yes.
However, Cornette is a pig-headed, stubborn son of a bitch who's never going to do that.
He's not
Plus
going
another
out.
thing too, he'll have to redo that roster somewhat too, and I don't know if he's the man to do
You'd have
that.
to start over. You'd
Yeah,
have
put
to
him on start
literally.
that thing
I
over.
think you would literally have to shut down for 6 months.
Him and
Mhm.
Jeff Jarrett go in there and run
Honestly,
it out.
I don't like him much either. But to me, that would be a better mind. I'm not a big fan of Jarrett either. But Jarrett, when it comes to starting a wrestling company, he is really good at it. Now he can't run them for long, but he can start them.
True.
True that. Start Impact.
I agree.
Started Impact, started
Yep.
GCW.
Yep.
The man can start a wrestling company.
Oh
He
yeah.
just doesn't keep him solvent for very long.
Yeah.
But agree. No, Tone, I would agree with you. If I believe Jim Cornette could stop being a pig-headed son of a bitch and actually listen to some other ideas.
I agree.
He would be
that mind would be.
yeah. If Cornette could have done, and this goes for Bischoff and the douchebag Russo. All three
No,
of those-
because you know damn well you put Russo and Cornette in the same room, you will get. There's going to be something. He's going to get choked out. No.
Somebody gonna die.
I would
No.
no.
Somebody gonna die.
Someone's gonna die.
Seriously,
Man.
you put both of those in a room with some weapons. I'm happy. I don't care what happens.
No,
Damn.
but the reason why I say that is Russo. The only reason why Russo got to where he was
Yes.
Vince.
Yes.
Was Vince.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
all.
yeah.
He has no mind of any no creative mind at all.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Vince and a couple of people that he brought with him from WWE when he went down to WCW, it wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
He wouldn't last.
The thing that me to Russo, he'll take an idea, he'll take something, make a tweak, and run with it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kills me about Russo. There was
Well,
nothing really original that he did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We also
Nothing.
got to remember that Russo is involved in one of the worst ideas in pro wrestling, and that is the brawl for all.
I
Hell
agree.
yeah. Hell yeah.
I agree.
What
That's
I was saying is those. I said 3, but it's actually 4 guys. It's Cornette, it's Bischoff, it's Russo, and it's Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Those 4 guys are just so stuck in the past and just refuse to realize that wrestling has evolved.
Disco's got a reason to be feeling the way he feels, because to me he was never that guy.
No,
He was never that guy. Never.
Never.
He's got a right to be
He has
better. He was
no
never that dude. He was never that dude.
See, I would say Disco has no right to say
Because they
anything
put
because he
him-
was
he
never
doesn't.
the dude.
Because Big Tone, you remember they put him in that match against Jacqueline,
Yeah.
and it's
'Cause-
like
because
you
they-
wouldn't do-
They
you
were
wouldn't
trying to
put
get rid of him. They were trying to get
Yeah.
rid of him. They
Yeah.
didn't want him around. That's why
want
they
him
put him in there with
around.
Jackie, and they knew Jackie would whoop his ass.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Honestly, Disco shouldn't even have a podcast. He should not even.
The only reason why he's on the podcast is because Conan is his boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
That's it.
and I enjoy. And here, there's a good example, Tone. You gave a great example of a guy who has old school wrestling knowledge in Conan, probably one of the best wrestling brains, but
Yes.
has evolved with the times. You
Yeah,
look
what he
at
did with
Triple-
AAA, yeah.
You look at AAA. You look at what AAA has done and how much they have grown just in the last 10 years.
True.
And that is Conan's great old school mind, but being willing to adapt with the times and change and realize that it's more about the high flyers now than it is the big strong guys.
And that's what you have to do in order to run a successful company. And that's why I think Jim Cornette would fail.
He 100% because Jim Cornette is just he's
stuck in the past.
Stuck, and he's a cuck. So I can't. Oh, Tone, you could not have picked a word. That's why Will. I knew when you wouldn't say it. Will was over there laughing. I was like, oh, it's gonna be Cornette. Oh, because
Cornette. He knows how much of a Cornette fan I am.
I can't stand the man.
But
he knows
like I always tell you, Josie, and you summed it up best. The mind that he has.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Actually, when he is on, when I watch a lot of Dark Side of the Ring. He's on almost every episode.
Almost every episode.
I watch it and I listen to him and I was like, man, you just have so much goddamn knowledge. He knows his shit. I can't say that.
He does.
But the shit he talks on his podcast is garbage.
Oh, that's Brian Last shit. Come on now.
And don't he come up with the topics for that show?
Yep.
Thought so.
Who?
Brian Last is the one that comes up with all that bullshit for Jim.
I also don't like his co-host either. I hate Conrad Thompson. I think Conrad Thompson is one of the things that is wrong with the wrestling business.
Conrad Thompson, well, even though he is related to Ric Flair through marriage, is a fat dumb bastard. Yes,
he's a dumb.
Yeah, he is.
Because you look at who he co-hosts with. Cornette.
Bischoff. No.
He's been on with Cornette before.
No, he hasn't. No, he has not. No, he's not.
No, he's with Shivani. It's Shivani. It's Shivani.
Brian Last is Cornette's producer.
And that's why I said he was writing that. He runs that show. Cornette just shows up.
Yeah. I was thinking of Shivani. I was wrong. But still, I can't stand Conrad Thompson either. I think he's a piece of shit. Who has absolutely no wrestling knowledge and is just he took something that wasn't even his and turned it into something that makes him money in StarCast. And I
don't like nobody. Damn.
Hey, this is a business where there is a lot of pieces of shit in this business. There is a lot of pieces of shit floating on top of the bowl.
I agree.
In this business.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
BKM being the biggest turd right there at the top of the bowl.
Let me ask you a question about him real quick. Do you think Stephanie knew anything that he was doing? I mean, Stephanie, Triple H, or
everything. Everything.
I think you jumped in
1,000,000%.
Tony, I think you jumped in after we were talking about that. So we have heard reports as of today that Khan, Stephanie, and the COO, Bobby Bloom, all were culpable in the cover-up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to the point that I made this thought, what if Vince pushing his way back in to push this sale wasn't him trying to get back and creative? It was that he knew eventually this shoe was going to drop, and if they still owned WWE, it would have ended WWE. But
I agree.
Now, they could pull all the toxic McMahon stuff off of WWE, and it still survives.
I agree. That's exactly what he did when he sold all those stock back. That's exactly what he did.
Well, and then this week he sold $400 million of his stocks, and I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if that man tries to run because he knows they're about to indict him.
I think his ego keeps him from running. I think he took that money out so he can fight this impending legal battle.
I do too.
I think his ego is just too high. I think he'll fight it.
He called Jerry McDivitt, and they're ready to roll.
They're ready to roll.
He could try. I think he loses. I don't think there's a way in hell he wins.
Josie, I'm going to fight this thing. You need to remember. Who the hell I am. I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Real quick before we get out of here, and I know this show's running long, you mentioned Tama Tonga. I've heard he's already signed to WWE. He's not going to AEW.
No, he's already. Yeah, I know. He's already signed to WWE. But what are they going to do with him?
I've heard Bloodline.
Well, that's common sense. We knew that.
I've heard.
But how long?
But see, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because he's not Samoan. He's Tongan. It's a difference.
Yeah, but they're still related though. Well, in the storyline, I don't know if it's true.
Storyline, they're related. They're not really related.
No, but Haku is really close to Sika and Alpha.
Yes,
she is very, very close to them.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I do realize
that's how they're gonna plug that in.
And I do know that Tama Tonga, Tongaloa grew up with all them. They were all I know that they are like family, but from what I've seen, Tama's gonna end up joining the bloodline. I don't really know how that works because I'm really thinking the bloodline is about to end.
It's about to end anyway. Yeah.
But I've heard also they've talked about a new. See, I've heard that they've talked about a new formation of the bloodline, just extending it with a different version.
With Tama Tonga, Jey Uso, and if Tongaloa comes, he's going to jump in, and the Samoan Werewolf from MLW.
That'd be good to see.
Not just the Samoan Werewolf. It's Jacob Fatu, and he's got a tag partner now. They just had their debut in GCW.
That's his baby brother.
Yeah, his baby brother. That dude is big. That is a big
monster.
Dude.
Oh monster.
Yeah, that's a big ass
dude. Reincarnated right there. That's like
I don't want to see him in the Dark Alley any day. Hell no.
Yeah, he's scary. But yeah, it's. There's a lot of things there. I don't know where Tama ends up. I could honestly, Tama's young enough that I could see him having him do a run in NXT.
I don't know. I think they'll if they put him in NXT, it's probably be about a month. Then they shoot him up.
It's again the reason I could see him maybe is he doesn't have American draw. No one over here knows him. It's what
that's true.
It's what AEW fights a lot with, like the way they debuted Okada.
Yeah.
I would say AEW fans know him more than most, but most wrestling fans probably don't know who he is because they don't watch New Japan.
Or but if they know the Bullet Club, they know him.
Yeah. So
all right, you guys. If there is nothing else, this show is going on for the longest. It's been since
in a while.
Yeah.
For a while.
Oh, it's been a while.
For a while.
Well, when it was just you, me, and Gene, that we'd go 2 hours. But
yeah. All right, Big Tom, I appreciate you jumping on, brother. We're gonna get on out of here. I want to say thank you to everybody out there for joining us. We do appreciate it.
You should join us next week.
Yes,
I'll
us
be
next week.
Let me know.
You're more than welcome.
Just give me the call. I'll be there.
We got you. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Pro Wrestling Fight Night. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Everyone have a good week.